Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. Not for Kansas baseball, but for high school baseball. It's the City Showdown, Lawrence Free State taking on Lawrence High. This is the final game of the regular season for these two squads ahead of the state run that both these teams certainly hope to make. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner, Matt Llewellyn. We were supposed to bring this game last night, but some inclement weather postponed it to this evening. Some storms rolled through yesterday afternoon into the early evening that caused the postponement of the game from last night to tonight. So here we are this evening on a pretty beautiful Wednesday evening. It's a little bit muggy out there, though, if you stay outside for too long. The sun right now is starting to head towards the horizon, but we've got completely clear skies as far as I can tell, so no threat of rain or precipitation in the forecast for this evening, making it a perfect night for some baseball. So Lawrence and Free State, as I said, in the final game of the regular season for these two squads before the start of postseason play. Free State is in their green and white uniforms, green jerseys with white baseball pants, silver lettering, silver numbering on the jerseys, and Lawrence High in black and white uniforms, black jerseys with white baseball pants, white lettering, and white numbering on the jerseys. So, Matt, this is obviously a storied rivalry. Tell me a little bit more about it and what makes games like this so important to the city.
Well, I mean, it's Lawrence High Free State. And granted, it is not MUKU. It's not Lawrence High Topeka High, which back in the day, for the longest time, it was the longest high school rivalry west of the Mississippi. And I think that has been broken up now a little bit with all the extra schools and things like that that are in there. But ever since Free State, ever since the two schools split, this has been an insane rivalry for one reason or another. And the best team does not necessarily always win. And it happens since I've been calling and involved in calling the games, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, it seems like it can very easily go the other way. And usually, you wouldn't say it's always 50-50, but it really kind of is.
But this is a game where you would say the records don't matter.
Absolutely, and I hate using that stupid cliche. But, yes, that is right. In this game, the records don't matter. And the kids, I don't necessarily think it's that intense of a rivalry as much as the parents do. And as longtime Lawrence guys,
alumni
like myself,
people, things like that.
Alumni. I mean, I have a big problem with those green and white uniforms. And I love my school, and I always want our school to win. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, Lawrence High has been the underdog in a lot of these games. And we are the school that probably doesn't get, when new folks come to town, they all go to the Free State side of town, and they all the new kids go to Free State because it's the newer school and perceived better. Now, I would dispute that wholeheartedly. But this is an intense rivalry. It's intense either way you want to slice it. These guys, and the kids do want to win. I mean, there's no question they want to beat these guys. I don't want to use the word hatred, but their feelings for the other team run deep. They run deep.
And obviously the magnitude of this game being played at Hoglund Ballpark, right, where Kansas University plays, that probably intensifies a lot of those feelings for the players, right?
Ever since we've done that and brought this game here, it is an intense. It's got a big time feel.
Yeah.
And while the stadium is not, it's probably only about a third full right now. It will be almost full. I mean, it always happens that way.
The national anthem is about to play. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you the starting lineups here from the City Showdown. You're listening to Lawrence and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
This is David Lawrence. I spent a day with Darren Lutz, president of Alpha Roofing. I was so impressed by the pride Darren has in his company, from how he treats his employees right down to the attention to detail on each and every job. Whether it's a small house or a large commercial building, Darren and his experienced staff will be sure to get it done right. And that's why Alpha Roofing has been voted best in Lawrence 8 straight years. And it's also the reason I use them to roof my personal home. Alpha Roofing is hands down my first choice in roofing.
Disaster can hit your home or business at any moment, from flooding to fire damage to mold-infested walls. But after every storm, you can find that illuminating rainbow. That would be Rainbow Restoration. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience. They can help you with any water, fire, and mold cleanup with their IICRC certified technicians, free assessments, and local experts to help you from start to finish. Call Rainbow Restoration to solve your home or business disaster at 785-371-2400 and get your phone call answered by a real human instead of an answering service.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Lewell. The national anthem has just wrapped up, and we are about ready for baseball here from the city showdown between Lawrence High and Free State High here at Hoglund Ballpark, live on KLWN and also streaming online at KLWN.com as well. Free State is the designated home team for tonight's matchup, so they are in the field first in their green and white uniforms, and Lawrence High in the black and grays. We'll quickly roll through the lineups here, we'll start with the visitors from Lawrence. Their lineup looks like this: leading off and playing center field, number 13, Dominic Ostronic; batting second and playing shortstop, number 8, Austin Crawford; batting third and playing third base, number 25, Tyson Grammer; batting fourth and playing first base, number 15, Sammy Stoll; batting fifth, the DH, number 23, Connor Nowak; batting sixth, the pitcher, number 18, Brooks Jones; batting seventh in right field is number 5, Cole Payton. Can't read my own handwriting. Yes, Cale Payton. Cale Payton. I can't even read my own handwriting, Matt.
That's all right, buddy.
It's that bad.
I got you.
And then batting eighth and playing left field is number 16, Nathan Bletner. And batting ninth at second base, or at catching, is number 6, Cohen Myers. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID. Right now, you're listening to Free State and Lawrence High Baseball on KLWN.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
And rounding out the order for Lawrence High, he'll be in the field, but not hitting, is number 4, Vaughn Wells at second base. So the top 3 for Lawrence: Ostronic, Crawford, and Grammer. The middle 3, Stoll, Nowak, and Jones. And the bottom 3, Payton, Bletner, and Myers. Free State defensively looks like this. Number 3, Kyle Graves is the pitcher. And the backstop is number 9, Tyler Jeffries. He'll be catching. The infield from first to third at first base is, well, let's see here. Can't find the first base on my lineup card here. At second base is Ben Graves, and at shortstop is Mason Lester. At third base is Charlie Peters. The first pitch of the game comes down approximately at 7:01 p.m. Central Time to Dom Ostronic from Graves. A hike of the knee. It was a ball on the first pitch. The 1-0 is a strike to Ostronic to even it up at 1-1. The starting pitcher tonight for Lawrence Free State is number 3, Kyle Graves. He's one of their aces. The 1-1 pitch off the plate outside to Ostronic, 2-1. In the outfield this evening for Lawrence Free State, from left to right, and left is Cole Wright. In center is Brady Kern, and in right is Ryan Wayshar. The 2-1 pitch is a strike to Ostronic to even up the count at 2-2. This is a righty-righty matchup as Ostronic waves his bat behind his head, waiting on the 2-2 pitch. Graves out of the windup. The pitch down and away for ball 3, and it's a full count to Ostronic, the first hitter of the game for Lawrence High. The payoff pitch from Graves on its way. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Ostronic goes down looking, and Graves records his first strikeout of the game. So one away for Lawrence High as number 8, Austin Crawford, will step in, hitting from the left side. So a lefty-righty matchup here against the right-handed hurler, Graves. Peeking over his pale leather glove, a kick of the knee, and the first pitch to the left-hander Crawford is down and in on him near the ankles for ball 1.
And I thought that ball was in the same exact spot that he just called a strike. So I hate judging balls and strikes, but when they are not consistent, it's hard not to judge.
The 1-0 pitch swung on, a grounder towards first, fielded cleanly, and he'll step on the bag safely for the out. That's number 14, Tyler Vigna at first base. I just incorrectly marked him in my scorebook.
And I thought we had decided his name is Tyler Vigna.
Oh, Vigna, yes. My apologies.
You think that G is silent, but we learned early on tonight that it is. You sound that out.
My apologies. It's Vigna at first. And now the first pitch to Tyson Grammer, another left-hander for Lawrence, is a strike from Graves.
Tyson also the backup quarterback for football.
The pitch well off the plate outside, and you see a lot of these kids, Matt, that are dual sport athletes, sometimes triple sport athletes, whether it's football, basketball, wrestling, baseball, track and field. You see a lot of these guys that do a lot of different sports. Now the 1-1 pitch swung on in the air into left field. This will get down, yes.
Extra bases for Tyson.
All the way to the wall in the corner. Grammer is hustling to second. It's finally just now dug out in the corner by right as he throws it in, and Grammer is at second with a double.
And Grammer is absolutely an athlete, but speed is not one of his characteristics. We had talked earlier to see if we were going to have an inside the park homer, and that's the kind of spot where you think you might have a possibility of getting inside the parker, but Tyson just able to get a double out of it. But hit ball for Tyson Grammer, and the Lions have their first runner in scoring position.
Yeah, he rounded first and activated whatever afterburners he had to get to second. And now it's Sammy Stoll hitting from the left side again against Graves. He swings at the first pitch, a high fly ball
that drops.
down the right field line.
Yes,
Yes,
it does.
It's down. And here comes Grammer waving his arms as he jogs home to score.
Sammy in at third.
Meanwhile, Stoll sliding into third safely with a triple, and he pounds his chest, and he's fired up.
He is fired up,
yes.
And the team is fired up, and the Lions are going crazy out of the dugout, greeting Tyson Grammer. Into the dugout, and boy, Sammy was fired up. Exact the opposite part of the field as Tyson hit it, and Sammy, with really good speed, actually had an opportunity to maybe get four, but they cut him off, and his dad said, nope, you just hold up right there at third.
Now the first pitch to Connor Nowak, the designated hitter. He swings and fouls it out of play.
Number 23, this hitter is brought to you by the 23rd Street Brewery.
Yes, absolutely. Brought to you by the 23rd Street Brewery. And hopefully he can live up to that sponsor. He swings and fouls out the first pitch. Well, Matt, we were talking about the speed of Grammer, but on that hit by Stoll, he didn't need a lot of speed. He had plenty of time to score.
Yeah, he slid, but he did not need to. There was no way they were catching him. Sammy was speeding around those bases.
Now 1 ball and 1 strike against Nowak. This is all coming with 2 outs, by the way, as Lawrence strikes first. They lead 1-0 in the top of the first. Graves now working out of the stretch with a runner at third, and he throws a ball maybe a little bit low to the left-hander Nowak. And the count 2-1. So the pressure on Graves here, and sometimes that third out can be the most difficult one. You start to get inside your own head a little bit, trying to force that ball to get that third out. The 2-1 pitch right down Main Street for a strike. 2-2 against Nowak. Graves looks towards home plate, standing parallel to the plate as he looks for the side. Gets relayed to him. Brings the ball into his pale leather glove. From the low set at the belt, the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swung on a slow roller foul about 15, 20 feet down the first base line off the bat of Nowak as he fights it off. And just about every Lawrence High player that I can see has their gray baseball pants rolled up to the knees to reveal some nice black and red and white knee-high socks underneath them. And also on kind of a hot, muggy evening like this, it probably keeps you a little bit cooler than if you just had those pants roll all the way down to the ankles. Another 2-2 pitch, swung on, a grounder towards second. It's playable, kind of took a funny hop, but it's fielded cleanly. The throw to first is on time for the out, and Nowak is retired. That ends the inning. But not before Lawrence High strikes first. Now, wait a minute. It appears as though Vigna, the first baseman, may have caught that ball and took his foot off the bag too early.
That is what they are calling, and Connor Nowak is safe at first base for right now, and Sammy Stoll able to come in and score. And Sammy looked like he was arguing something right the very...
I think he was pointing out the fact that, well, let's see. We're going to have a discussion here. I think he was pointing out that Vigna did not have his foot on the bag. Now, the officials, they may make Sammy Stoll come back to third, and that appears to be the case.
Well, and Sammy's questioning why, and I'm questioning why.
So he goes back to third. So runners at the corners. So Nowak's safe at first, and I guess they'll probably call that an error against Free State. The first pitch now to the right-hander Brooks Jones, who will also be pitching in the bottom of the first. He takes a ball down and away.
I'm going to need an official ruling on this as to what the score was, because I don't understand why Sammy is not able to score that run.
Yeah, I would guess, I don't know. It's tough to say after the fact that they would make him go back to third there.
And I will tell you, Brooks Jones in BP, he was hitting the cover off the ball. He almost got one out of here to dead center field. So I'm going to keep an eye on what Brooks does right here.
He sits up deep in the batter's box on the right side, trying to give himself as much of an extra advantage in terms of time as possible. Out of the stretch, Graves' 2-0 pitch is a strike to make it 2-1. And now for Kyle Graves, a starting pitcher for Free State, he's got to find a way to shut down this inning for the Firebirds and not let the mental side of the game affect him here, as he got the first two guys out pretty easily, but now is running into a lot of trouble here with 2 outs. The 2-2 is a strike on the outside corner to Jones. That the 2-1 pitch makes it 2-2 now with 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Graves takes a look at the runners, now comes set at the belt. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. A kick of the knee, here he comes. A check swing from Jones, and it was ball 3. Jones went down to one knee as he nearly went around on that pitch, but he holds his swing, and it's ball 3.
So full count to Brooks Jones.
A walk would not score a run. It would load the bases, though. The payoff pitch with 2 outs. The runners will go. It's called strike 3 on the outside corner. Jones is disgusted as he walks back to the Lawrence dugout. Called strike 3, second K of the inning for Kyle Graves, and more importantly, it ends the inning as he retires aside on a strikeout. Not before Lawrence does strike first. They score 1 run in the inning off of 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners stranded by Lawrence in that top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Lawrence 1 and Free State coming up. You're listening to Lawrence and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
Hey Lawrence fans, Meritrust Credit Union is proud to support Lawrence High School sports and be a part of this vibrant community. You can experience the credit union difference through the way they're passionate about providing student athletes in our community with the resources needed to make the best financial plays. No matter where you are on your financial journey, Meritrust can help you conquer each milestone ahead and help you be the author of your financial future. Visit meritrustcu.org to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA. It's game time, Lawrence. Let's go.
Hi, this is Dr. Wes Crenshaw. There are 2 kinds of teens in need of a therapist: those who ask for help and those who don't. If you have an asker, don't hesitate to respond. Teens and young adults benefit greatly from the kind of counseling we offer at Family Psychological Services. And if your young person is brave enough to reach out to you, reach out to us by clicking the Ask About Services link on our website, drwes.com. That's dr-wes.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn, bringing you the City Showdown tonight. Lawrence Free State versus Lawrence High. Lawrence High, the Lions get on the board at the top of the first to make it 1-0, and Free State coming up. We'll quickly run through the starting lineup for Free State as they come up to hit 1 through 9. Leading off is Mason Lester, number 2. Batting second, number 17, Ben Graves. Batting third, the pitcher, number 3, Kyle Graves. Batting fourth, number 7, Brady Kern. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Tyler Vigna. Batting sixth, Wesley Cups, the DH. Batting seventh, Ryan Wayshier. Batting eighth, Cole Wright. And batting ninth is Tyler Jeffries. So Lester, Graves, and Graves are your top 3. Kern, Vigna, and Cups, middle 3. Wayshier, Wright, and Jeffries, the bottom 3 for Lawrence Free State. Mason Lester leads off, and the first pitch from Brooks Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence High, is a strike. This is a lefty-lefty matchup. Lester hitting from the left side at the plate, and Jones, the left-handed pitcher for Lawrence. As he peeks over his pale leather glove, out of the slow windup, the 0-1 pitch is called strike 2 at the knees against Lester, the leadoff man for Lawrence Free State. He steps out of the box for a practice swing, now digs back in. Jones out of the windup, the 0-2 to the plate. Hit him with an off-speed, a curveball that missed upstairs. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The ball gets away from Jones, but with nobody on base, no harm, no foul. Lester digs back in and waits on the 1-2 from Jones. Out of the windup, here it comes, well off the plate outside. Lester took a long look at it, but he did not chase, and that was a wise decision. It's ball 2. Lawrence in black and gray and red uniforms, black jerseys with gray baseball pants, white and red lettering and numbering. The 2-2 pitch is low and outside, and the count runs full against Mason Lester. Leading off the bottom of the first for Free State in a game in which Lawrence High scored in the top of the first with 2 outs, thanks to an RBI triple from Sammy Stoll, the coach's son. The payoff pitch to Lester swings and lines one foul out of play. A fastball from Jones that Lester just got a piece of but didn't quite square up on it. And so he will try again as he steps back in on the left side. Jones tries another full count pitch. This one lifted foul again, out of play. So Lester making Jones work during this first at bat. I think they say that the third time is the charm. I guess we'll find out. This will be the third payoff pitch from Jones to Lester. Again out of the windup. Here it comes. Popped up high in the air, hooking into foul territory. Will it stay in play? No, it goes into the Lawrence dugout on the third base side.
As the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder were all chasing that ball, all thought at one point that they had a chance for it, but that wind really probably blew it out.
Yeah, there is a light breeze, but it is noticeable if you look at the flags and straightaway right center field.
And that ball was a mile high. I mean, that was
a
really high, so definitely affected by the wind.
Yeah, our best gauge of the wind is the flags in right center field. Another full count pitch. This one into straightaway center field, but playable, and the catch is made out there in center by Dominic Ostronic. So a long at-bat by Lester in which he fouled off a number of pitches.
Yeah, that was 10.
Yep.
10, right? 10 pitches.
Ends in a flyout. So
but great
all that
plate discipline, great control. He laid off of his third ball. He definitely laid off of it when could have probably gone either way. But good at bat, just never was able to connect in the correct spot.
So now it's Ben Graves, number 17, who bats from the left side. And he takes a strike on the first pitch from Brooks Jones, the pitcher for Lawrence. Now the 0-1 to the plate with 1 out, base is empty. Ooh, it kind of came up and in on him. Graves believes it hit him, and the umpire awards him first base. It may have grazed his jersey or his arms as it kind of came up and in on him. It was close, but the umpire tells him, yep, you're headed down to first. So Graves is the first base runner for Lawrence Free State thanks to a hit by pitch from Brooks Jones.
And I have seen high school umpires call that actually a strike on players because it did appear that he actually leaned into that ball.
Yeah, it's a bit of a subjective rule there that's up to the umpire's discretion.
And it just barely grazed him. There was very, very little contact.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky rule because it's very subjective up to the umpire in terms of if a player does not actively try to avoid the pitch or leans into it, you're right, Matt, it can be called a strike. But there they do award him to first base. Here's a swing and a miss from Kyle Graves. He chased a high fastball from Jones, and the count 1-1 against him. This is another left-handed hitter against the lefty Jones. So Lawrence is probably happy with the fact that they're going to see a lot of left-handed hitters in this lineup against their left-handed starter, Jones. He throws a curveball that curves off the plate outside for ball 2. 2-1 against Kyle Graves in the batter's box for Free State. 1-0 Lawrence High leads here in the bottom of the first. 1 out. Free State has a runner at first base. As Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence, works from the stretch, and he will just play a little pitch and catch with the first baseman over there for Lawrence. Sammy Stoll trying to hold on the runner. Ben Graves. Still a 2-1 count against Kyle Graves at the plate for Free State. Now the pitch from the stretch. Missed high, 3-1 to Graves.
Kyle, a .283 hitter.
Yeah, one of their most effective hitters. He's taken the most plate appearances out of anybody on this team this season. So definitely a seasoned hitter. The 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2 in the upper part of the zone at the belt, and the count is full. So Brooks having to throw a lot of pitches early in this in his first inning. And he has another full count here against Graves. The payoff pitch, runner goes. Graves hits a grounder towards short. It's fielded cleanly. The throw to first is on time, beat him by a step for the out. They had a hit and run on. That erased the opportunity for a potential double play ball, but they do get the one out at first. So Ben Graves safely into second as Kyle Graves grounds out to short. A nice throw there from the shortstop position by Austin Crawford to beat out Graves to the bag. And now with 2 outs, Brady Kern, number 7, is going to step in for Lawrence Free State.
And Brady Kern is their best hitter. .353 on the year.
A check swing, and he foul tipped it back to the backstop for strike 1.
.441 slug. So Brady has power as well as consistency.
He is the first right-handed hitter in the order for Free State. So 3 consecutive lefties have faced Jones. And now he'll face Brady Kern hitting from the right side. He throws a fastball well high and outside for ball 1.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they avoid Brady, because Brady has done a lot of damage to the Lions over the years. He's a 4-year player, and I've seen some damage done by Brady.
A heavy swing, and he just got a piece of it and fouled it to the backstop for strike 2. So he finds himself down 1-2 in the count here against Jones. And to your point, Matt, if Brooks Jones can get Kern out here, this would be a significant out in terms of ending the inning, but also just getting one of the best hitters in this lineup out with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Fastball well high. That evens it up at 2-2. The runner at second for Free State is Ben Graves. And now we just get a balk called against Brooks Jones. So I just got done saying that Graves was the runner at second. Well, he's going to third now on the balk. And the head coach for Lawrence, Brad Stoll, wants an explanation. He is out to talk with the umpire.
Well, and the crazy thing is before that hitter, Brooks had a conversation with the umpire and was directing was talking to him about something going on the mound. So there was some kind of problem that Brooks was having on the mound, and so
yeah, he was just trying to make sure that he was executing the proper protocols. But there, the umpires call it. Now the scoreboard still shows 2-2. The pitch is well outside, and that'll be ball 3.
And again, Brady's their best hitter for Free State, and really one of the best hitters in the Sunflower League.
He's going to have to put the ball in play here to try to score the runner from third with 2 outs. A pop fly would not do it. The full count pitch from Jones. Swung on, and it ricocheted off the catcher's gear of the catcher there to the backstop, and the count remains 3-2. Tyler Vigna is on deck. Should Kern reach and extend this inning? The runner on third, so a walk, while certainly not ideal, would not be necessarily the end of the world with 2 outs. Another full count pitch from Jones. Struck on and missed for strike 3. Kern goes down swinging, and Jones takes care of the top hitter in the Free State order with the runner in scoring position. He shuts down the Firebirds in the bottom of the first. No runs off of no hits. There were no errors, and they strand 1 in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second. It's Lawrence 1 and Free State 0. You're listening to Free State and Lawrence Baseball on KLWN.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Advent Health has been serving Kansas families for more than 60 years. From primary care providers you can trust to advanced heart and cancer treatments, Advent Health is here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirits. With world-class expertise and compassionate whole-person care, our network of primary cares, urgent cares, ERs, and hospitals will help you live your best life. Download the Advent Health app for virtual care on demand or to find a doctor and schedule your next appointment. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Looked like a strike.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark, and the first pitch of the inning looked like a strike, according to you, Matt, but it was ball one. Back here for the top of the second, I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner, Matt Llewellyn.
Strike.
And that pitch was called a strike, so Jones is pitching to the outside half of Graves, Kyle Graves, the starting pitcher for Free State, is pitching to the outside corner of these hitters for Lawrence. Here's a big swing from Cale Payton leading off the inning for Lawrence, but he whiffed for strike two. This is the City Showdown on KLWN. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Lawrence leads. Here's a pitch from Graves that just got away from him way outside. And the catcher, Jeffries, had to jump way out of the box to just catch that ball. Now a 2-2 count. As Graves peeks over his pale leather glove, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Cale Payton goes down swinging. It's the bottom third of the Lawrence order here in the top of the second. So that was Payton and then Nathan Bletner and Cohen Myers, the ninth hitter in the order for Lawrence, due up in this inning. 3 strikeouts now for Kyle Graves in this game.
And Nathan, the second senior on this starting lineup.
He takes a big swing and whiffs at the first pitch for strike one. Yeah, two seniors and 7 juniors in this lineup for Lawrence Free State. So a lot of upperclassmen, but just not very many seniors. Graves peeks over his pale leather glove and the 0-1. Another big swing from Bletner, but he finds nothing but air, and it's strike two. And Graves looks like he's a bit more in rhythm to start this inning. Out of the slow windup, the pitch. Down and away from Bletner for ball one. This is a righty-righty matchup with Bletner hitting from the right side and the right-handed pitcher Graves. He takes a deep breath on the mound. A long whip towards home plate, and now the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed for strike three. Graves making quick work of the bottom third of this order for Lawrence so far. Back-to-back Ks. He now has 4 total in the game. And Cohen Myers will step in, the catcher hitting from the 9th spot in the order against Kyle Graves. The first pitch swung on, and he got a piece of it and fouled it to the netting behind home plate. 0-1. Graves taps home plate with his bat and waits on the 0-1 pitch Myers taps home plate with his bat and waits on the 0-1 pitch from Graves. And he swings and misses for strike two. 1-0 here in the top of the second. Lawrence leads, but nothing doing so far in this inning as Graves has shut him down. But right on cue, Myers swings and lines one into straightaway center field. That's a base hit to keep the inning alive for Lawrence. Myers, the 9th hitter in the order, knocks one into straightaway center field off of Kyle Graves.
And I think Cohen, for a second there, thought that ball was going to get caught, but maybe the wind caught it and blew it down a little bit away from the center fielder. But that in perfect placement to get away from the infield and the outfield.
So we will have a courtesy runner at first base. Number 17, Sutton Dye, will courtesy run for Cohen Myers, the catcher, so that he has a chance to get his catcher's gear on and get ready for the bottom of the second. So Sutton Dye is the runner at first base for Lawrence, with the new hitter being Dominic Ostronic, who led off the game with a strikeout back in the top of the first. He takes a ball on the first pitch from Graves. He did strike out, but he forced him to a full count. So he saw a lot of different pitches from Graves in his first at-bat. From the low set out of the stretch, Graves tosses back to first, keeping an eye on Sutton Dye, number 17. Meanwhile, at the plate, it's Ostronic patiently waiting on the 1-0 pitch. As Graves looks towards first. Comes set, parallel to the plate, out of the stretch. Oh, a late swing and a miss from Ostronic.
Real late swing.
Yeah.
And Dom struck out his first time at bat, and he was wanting that one back for sure.
1 ball and 1 strike now against Ostronic. And a quick throw back to first by Graves. Dye had about maybe a 4-foot lead, so a really short lead, but Graves just wanted to double check. So he throws to first. 2 outs, runner at first base in the top of the second. Lawrence leads Free State by a score of 1-0 here in the City Showdown. From the stretch, Graves, the 1-1 to the plate. Down and away from Ostronic, the right-handed hitter, and the count is 2-1. The sun's still shining a little bit, and with the way the field is oriented, it's kind of in the eyes of the left side of the field, so your shortstop, your third baseman, and your left fielder. And in fact, I can see the left fielder out there for Free State trying to use his glove to shield his eyes from the sun. That should only be the case for another maybe 15 to 20 minutes or so as it will head towards the horizon. But there is this weird transition time where the sun could be an issue out there on the left side of the field. The 2-1 pitch to the plate from Graves is low for ball 3. And remember, Lawrence, they scored their run and got both their hits in the first when there was 2 outs. Similarly to the second inning here with Graves, he had no trouble getting the first 2 guys out, but now looking for that third out, he gives up a base hit, and he's down 3-1. The runner goes. Here's a line drive, base hit into left field, and because Dye was already running, he takes off and is into third easily before the throw can be cut off. So the hit and run for Lawrence works to perfection. Dye goes to third on the play off the slap hit by Ostronic into left field. And again, with 2 outs, Graves hitting some bumps, just like he did in the first inning. And so much of that can just be mental. You know, that third out can sometimes be the most difficult out to get because you just want it so bad. You want to get out of the inning so badly. You start to maybe aim your pitches a little bit more or get yourself out of sync.
And nothing really wrong with his pitches. I mean, had a couple that have gotten away from him, but a good placement. It seems like he's doing exactly what he wants to do. He is a power pitcher. His pitches are getting in the mid 80s.
Here's a bunt attempt. They're going to try to squeeze him towards home plate. The throw picked up. Throw to first is on time for the out. So they try to squeeze play with 2 outs, but Free State executes very well. They get Crawford out at first off the throw from the third baseman, and that ends the inning. So no score for Lawrence in the bottom, on the top of the second off of 2 hits. There were no errors, and they do strand 2 in the inning. We're to the bottom of the second. It's Lawrence 1 and Free State 0. You're listening to Lawrence and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
It could be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex. Or maybe you're just doesn't. No matter what it is, Castle Plumbing brings you superior service with 3 generations of experience working for you. And their prompt, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Residential or commercial, big or small, you can depend on Castle Plumbing. They're your local plumbing company serving Lawrence and the surrounding area since 1972.
Hey, it's Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks, and Matt Llewellyn here at the beautiful 23rd Street Brewery patio with our best friends.
We want you to meet Bo and Indy. Say hi to the folks, guys.
Yep, man's best friend is welcome here on the patio at the 23rd Street Brewery.
That's right, Brian. Come in and have one or more of our craft beers, eat, hang out with your pups. And we've got a TV out there, so you and your pups can watch whatever you want on the patio.
The 23rd Street Brewery in front of Hy-Vee off of 23rd Street and Castle.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas for the City Showdown here at Hoglund. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. Lawrence versus Free State. Bottom of the second inning. It will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Free State in this inning against Brooks Jones. The first pitch of the inning is swung on and fouled straight back out of play off the bat of Tyler Vigna. I'd like to remind you that our high school sports is brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery, open daily from 11:30 to 10:30, from the Bill Self Mac and Cheese to the Haney Turkey Stack, the Hank Booth Burger, or the Fitzgerald Reuben. Coming to watch all the football games, from high school to KU to the NFL at the 23rd Street Brewery. The 0-1 pitch to Vigna is off the plate outside for ball 1.
Some of the entire Lawrence High softball team got here after their game. They're all in their unis.
Coming out to support their baseball counterparts. The 1-1 pitch lifted in the air off the bat of Vigna out of play on the first base side. The trajectory of that ball, Matt, was kind of close to maybe where I parked, so hopefully
you always have to worry about that in this ballpark.
Oh, yes, yes. One of the first games I ever came to this ballpark, actually, my back windshield got shattered.
Oh, boy.
The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Brooks Jones picks up his second strikeout of the game as he sits down Vigna, and there's one down in the bottom of the second. Yeah, about $300 later, I had a new windshield, but I can't necessarily say that I was thrilled.
I bet not.
Meanwhile, it's Wesley Cups at the plate, the DH, hitting from the left side for Free State. And he steps out before the first pitch for a little kind of a practice there. Now digs back in. 1-0, Lawrence leads over Free State. And a nice pitch from Jones for a strike to Wesley Cups to begin this at-bat. And the count is 0-1. A hike of the knee from Jones. Throws an off-speed that missed off the inside corner of the plate to even up the count at 1-1 against Wesley Cups. Jones has 2 strikeouts so far in this game. He also did hit a batter in the first. The 1-1 to the plate. Fastball outside. 2-1 against Cups.
Wesley, a .250 hitter.
This is a lefty-lefty matchup with Cups at the plate. The 2-1. In on his hands, he swings and misses for strike 2. 1 out, and the bases are empty for Free State here in the bottom of the second of the game in which they trail by just 1 run. But they don't have a hit yet. 4 hits already in the game for Lawrence High. The 2-2 from Jones, an off-speed that's popped up high in the air on the infield, calling for it and making the catch. The first baseman, Sammy Stoll, hauls it in. And there are 2 down in the bottom of the second. So a pop out off the bat of Cups. Brings up Ryan Weiser, number 15, starting in right field this evening for Free State. Hitting from the left side. So the first 7 hitters in this Free State order, there's only 1 right-hander, and they're facing a left-handed pitcher with Jones. And he throws a strike on the first pitch to Weiser, and the count 0-1. Working out of the lineup with the bases empty. Jones throws strike 2 on an off-speed at the belt. 0-2. And Jones looking to make quick work of Free State in this bottom of the second. He needs just 1 more pitch. Out of the windup, the 0-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and fouled off out of play.
And that was right down the middle, so.
Yep, so a good job by Weiser to just fight that pitch off, and he will live to see another here.
And all of the excitement so far in this baseball game's come after 2 hits, so I wouldn't go so far to say.
After 2 outs, yeah.
After 2 outs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's a high fly ball down the right field line, hooking foul, and it bounced off the roof of the Gary and Sue Padgett Training Center over there in the right field corner. So that ball just kept hooking and then eventually did go foul. Next to on top of the training center with the bullpen for what would normally be KU's bullpen for home games. It's Free State's bullpen this evening over there in the towards the right field corner. So all that, and it's still 0-2. Jones deals again. Just off the plate outside for ball 1. The 1-2 now from Jones. Swung on a 1-hopper just past the glove of Jones, but his shortstop is there to back him up. Crawford throws to first, beat him by a step for the out, and that will end the inning. Brooks Jones tried to stop it with his glove, but it got through, but his defense was there to help him out. It's Crawford with another nice play to end the inning. A 1-2-3, bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Free State as we head to the third. It's Lawrence 1 and Free State 0. You're listening to Lawrence and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
From Dr. Heck at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry.
And this community is extremely important to us. It was for my dad. My dad played offensive line. We are so excited to see their success, and that's the success and pride that we feel, that all of us feel, when the Ducks are doing well. And even when they're not, we support them. We want to be part of that winning team, and we want to be part of people in this community and improving those lives. And that's what keeps us going, and that's what drives us.
We hope you'll never need us. We hope you'll never have a flood or fire in your home. We're Service Master Restore, and we're ready to help 24/7, 365. We know every step taken makes all the difference between a small cleanup and a costly restoration. When dealing with a flood or fire, there's a lot riding on your shoulders. So we treat your home as you'd treat it, helping you during every step to get the job done to your satisfaction. We're Service Master Cleaning and Restoration by NEK. Call us at 888-55-DRY-IT. That's 888-55-DRY-IT.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Top of the third inning here at Hoglund Ballpark for the City Showdown. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. Lawrence versus Free State. Final regular season game for these two high school squads before postseason play begins. Top of the third with Kyle Graves back out to pitch for Free State. And it will be the 3-4-5 hitters for Lawrence due up, starting with Tyson Grammer. He finds himself in a 1-1 count at the moment as Ike Vinny from Graves, the 1-1 up the plate outside. 2-1 against Grammer. So Grammer hit a opposite field double down the left field line into the corner, and then he scored off the triple by Sammy Stoll in the first inning. Here he is leading off the third. And he takes ball 3 from Graves off the plate.
It looks like the umpire wanted to call a strike on that, but he kind of moved and waved his arm, but he did not. He called that ball.
He thought about it, but it is ball 3. Now the 3-1 from Graves. Ball 4 low. It's the first walk of the game issued by Graves. It's Grammer who will jog down to first. And now Sammy Stoll steps in for Lawrence. These are the two guys that knocked around Graves back in the first. Grammer draws a walk, and now Stoll will step in. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander Kyle Graves, who will now pitch out of the stretch with a runner at first base. From the low set at the belt. First pitch to Stoll is a high fly ball down the left field line, hooking well foul. And goes again into the Lawrence bullpen area on the left field side. And the count 0-1 against Stoll.
Sammy's just got a look at determination. I think he wants to do some damage here.
Yes.
Sammy
he is swinging with some authority, to say the least.
He is.
Graves from the low set, the 0-1 pitch. Low to Stoll for ball 1. Stoll steps out, takes a deep breath, and now we'll dig back into the batter's box on the left side. The sun's still shining out there in left field, so still could be a visibility issue out there if the ball goes into on the left field side. The 1-1 pitch swung on and ricocheted straight back to the netting behind home plate by Stoll for strike 2. 1-2 against Stoll. And the umpire needed some fresh baseball, so somebody from the Free State dugout obliges him and gets a little bit of a raucous applause from, I believe, the Free State student section over there. Meanwhile, it's a 1-2 count. Graves to Stoll. The pitch swung on, a grounder towards short. This could be 2. Instead, they'll just make it 1.
And he's safe.
First is not in time.
Yeah, Sammy was just flying down the field, and that very small hesitation, which I almost thought they could have had Tyson at second, but they opted for what they thought was going to be the sure put out. But Sammy had all of the legs moving and was able to get it out.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Matt. The difference there was Lester, when he went to field that ball, he looked towards second, and at just that split-second hesitation, I think, was enough for Stoll to beat that throw to first. And instead of possibly getting 1 or even 2 outs, they don't get anybody out. Off the infield single for Stoll, and then this pitch hits Connor Nowak, and things in the blink of an eye have almost unraveled for Free State here in the top of the third.
And in that situation, there was no question about that. And Connor actually did move his body back, but that ball still hit him right in the midsection.
So off just 2 pitches, you had nobody out with a runner at first. The pitch to Stoll, that's a grounder to short, but they don't get anybody out. And then the very next pitch, he hits Nowak, and now the bases are loaded for Brooks Jones, the pitcher for Lawrence. He shut down Free State in the bottom of the second, and here he's looking to inflict damage on the offensive side. Oh, and a heavy swing, but he was well behind it for strike 1.
And Brooks struck out his first time at bat, but he was the guy who in BP who I thought was really kind of laying the wood. I hope he didn't get tired during BP.
He took a big swing at that first pitch. He was just well behind it. looking to time up Graves. Working out of the stretch. The pitch lifted in the air into right field, drifting back, and there's no play. It bounces near the warning track, rolls to the wall. This is going to score multiple runs. Grammer scores. Stoll will score standing up. It's a 2 RBI double, and the celebration at second base for Brooks Jones.
What a double by Brooks, and the right fielder totally got hooked on that, and I did too.
Yeah, Ryan Wacer, that ball ended up going over his head and bounced just in front of the warning track, so he just kind of misjudged the depth of it. And Jones, I mean, that ball was hit 320 feet into right field off the bat of Jones. Wacer couldn't get back in time to make the play, and it scores 2 runs. Grammer and Stoll score. There's nobody out. Runners at second and third, and it's 3-0. And here they're looking for more. A line drive, base hit into center field. This will score another. Off the bat of number 5,
Cale Payton.
Cale Payton.
Sorry,
yes.
buddy. I'm supposed to be there for you. That was Cale Payton.
No worries.
Nice little ground hit right past just as much as you can get in between the pitcher and the shortstop, that ball did. And just hit well enough to get in there and score that runner. So another RBI for LHS. LHS up 4-0 here in the third.
4-0. LHS leads. Payton, they're moving too quick from my scorebook here, Matt, is really the issue. So Payton with the line drive into left center field drives in another run. It is 4-0. Nobody out still in the inning, by the way. Runners at the corners, and the new hitter is number 16, Nathan Bletner, and he takes a ball well high from Graves. And I don't know if Free State would consider taking Graves out of the game at any point. I don't see anybody getting warm right now in their bullpen.
He's really their ace of their squad.
Yeah,
I don't think they have any ideas on that.
It looks like they are having somebody go out there to start warming up, though, just in case things continue to spiral here for Graves. His first pitch swung on and fouled to the netting off the bat of Blatner.
It's not that he's not been sharp. I mean, I think he's been sharp. He's just been the LHS. The boys have had the wood on the ball.
Yeah, sometimes
the metal on the ball, I guess.
It is, yeah. Aluminum alloy.
Aluminum alloy. There we go. Okay.
I'm not an expert, though.
Joel Becker would be. He would tell us exactly
what
the right call was on that ball. I'd like to say ball in the dirt, and it's actually on AstroTurf.
In the turf, ball in the turf. It is an all-turf field here at Hoglund.
Yes.
The count 2-1 against Bletner with runners at first and third. Graves throws a strike.
Yeah, Joel does send the message. It's a composite material.
Oh, my apologies. Composite material. Okay. It's not wood. That's all that matters.
Runners at first and third here. No outs for the Lions.
Yeah, this has been a tough inning for Graves.
Nathan Bletner at the plate.
The 2-2 pitch. Oh, he chases one out of the zone for strike 3. Bletner extending out of the zone. He strikes out swinging. That is the 5th K of the game for Kyle Graves, and perhaps that's what Graves needed to sort of regather his confidence and his composure here and relock in to try to get out of this inning. Runners at first and third, and now the 9-hitter Cohen Myers will step in for Lawrence. He had a single into center, and the first pitch is a strike to Myers. And I'm looking at the outfield. They've shaded Myers to pull this ball into left center field. The center fielder for Free State is shifted a little bit closer to left field. That's number 7, Brady Kern, out there in center, but more in left center at this point. The 0-1 pitch to Myers, a little soft pop-up in the air, and a diving catch is made by the second baseman for the out. And that holds the runners.
Absolutely beautiful catch out there.
Ben Graves, a little soft pop-up. Graves had to sprint in and make the catch near second base. And that's a significant out as nobody advanced, no runs scored on it. And now with 2 outs, Kyle Graves on the mound can really just focus on the hitter here and try to finish off this inning. So a soft pop-out by Myers brings up Dominic Ostronic for the 3rd time in this game. He's 1 for 2.
Yes, right.
Singled back in the second inning after a strikeout in the first. Now here he is in the third with 2 outs and runners at first and third base. Already 3 runs have been plated in this inning for Lawrence. They lead 4-0.
And Dom, absolutely a quality hitter for this team.
He's kind of crowding the plate, setting up in the box as close to the plate as possible, and he swings through that 1-0 pitch from Graves.
And that ball was right downtown. He just did not have didn't have the timing on it, as that was a little off-speeder by Graves.
So it's a 1-1 count against Ostronic, who patiently waits as Graves stands parallel to the plate. Working out of the stretch. The 1-1 swung on and missed. The runner will take off for second. That's Cohen Myers. And with 2 outs, Jeffries just lets him go. So unchallenged, Myers, or excuse me, that was Cale Payton. My apologies. Yes, Cale Payton is the runner. Myers was the one that popped out. Payton takes second base unchallenged. So now if Ostronic could put this ball in play, they could potentially score 2 more runs, but he's down 1-2. The pitch from Graves off the plate outside. Now 2-2. Yeah, if Ostronic can put this ball in play, Free State or Lawrence could potentially add 2 more runs. But Graves has other ideas. He wants to end the inning right here. This pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. And Graves does end the inning for Free State. After the first 5 hitters of the inning reached base for Lawrence High, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out end it for the Lions, but not before they score 3 runs in the inning. They scored those 3 runs off of 3 hits. There were no errors, and they strand 2 in the top of the 3rd. A crooked inning for Lawrence, and they lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Free State Bats need a response. You're listening to Lawrence and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
Hi, this is Dr. Wes Crenshaw. There are 2 kinds of teens in need of a therapist, those who ask for help and those who don't. If you have one who's reluctant to ask, it's okay to check in and see how they're doing. And if the need arises, express your willingness to get them the kind of counseling we offer at Family Psychological Services. You can start that process by clicking the Ask About Services link on our website, drwest.com. That's dr-west.com.
Hey, Gary, remember a while back when, as the KLWN engineer, you wanted me to remind the listeners they can tune in on 101.7 FM in addition to 1320 AM?
Not just can, they should.
Well, I hired that professional singer again to get the word out.
What's he going to sing?
Well, I was thinking he'd sing Tune In on 101.7 FM and then sing something else, maybe, some talk in there, and then the big finale, 101.7 FM.
That sounds good.
Tune in on 101.7 FM or at KLWN.com or the KLWN app. Sing, 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 something, 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 talk, 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 big finale, 101.7 FM.
He's good.
Yeah, you can still tell he's a professional.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas for the City Showdown. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's all Lawrence so far in this game. They lead 4-0 over Lawrence Free State. In fact, Free State does not even have a hit yet in this game. Cole Wright will look to change that for the Firebirds. He leads off the inning for Free State. The 8-9-1 hitters due up in this inning. And 2 quick balls thrown by Brooks Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence. And it's 2-0 against Cole Wright, hitting from the right side. The field pretty much 95% covered in shade now as the sun moves towards the horizon here in Lawrence on what's turned out to be almost a picture-perfect night for some baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's
probably it's a little bit muggy out there, a little bit humid.
Mid-70s right now, probably.
Yep.
A slight breeze, and everybody's very comfortable out here.
The 2-1 pitch is off the plate inside for ball 3 from Jones to Wright. 3-1. This game's scheduled for last night, but some inclement weather moved it to this evening. The 3-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner to Wright. And it's a full count. Brooks Jones is not allowed a hit yet. He has faced 7 hitters with 2 strikeouts, Wright being the 8th. And his full count pitch to Wright. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Wright goes down swinging and make that the third strikeout of the game for Brooks Jones. And now the 9-hitter Tyler Jeffries will step in for Free State. Jeffries hitting from the right side against the left-hander Jones, who peeks over his pale leather glove out of the slow windup. The first pitch, a fastball that Jeffries could not catch up to for a strike.
And that might have been the fastest ball I've seen tonight on the radar gun, 86 miles an hour.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
For Brooks.
Yeah, they've got the miles per hour gun on here on the scoreboard, so we do have a general idea of the speed of these guys.
And off speed 73 on that one.
For strike 2 against Jeffries. Jones peeks over his leather glove, out of the windup, the 0-2 to the plate. Swung on a grounder towards second base, fielded cleanly, plenty of time to throw to first for the out. Making the play there for Lawrence, the second baseman, Vaughn Wells, who does not hit. He is getting a pinch hit for, or I guess the designated hitter, Nowak, is hitting for him in the lineup as Jones is hitting for himself. So Wells is not hitting, but he makes a nice play defensively there for the out. That brings up Mason Lester, who flew out to center in his first at-bat of the game back in the bottom of the first. The first pitch high and inside on him as he tried to duck out of the way a little bit of it, but it didn't hit him. He takes the ball 1. 2 outs, bases empty. Free State does not have a hit. They only have had one base runner in this game, and that was Ben Graves, who got hit by a pitch. Lester swings and misses at the 1-0 and takes a few steps outside the box to try to regather himself. A practice swing as he'll dig back in.
And Lester not happy at that swing, and I know.
Yeah, I think he was just more angry with himself, really.
He thought he looked a little ridiculous in that swing.
The 1-1 pitch
and
catches the outside corner against Lester for strike 2.
And they put a ball on the scoreboard, but they're going to have to change that around. There they go. And I can't disagree with the scorekeeper because it did look like a ball. I mean, it looked like it was way outside, but they called it a strike.
The 1-2 pitch to Lester, he fouls into the netting behind home plate. So the count remains 1-2. We've seen some close calls on both sides with pitches kind of just like that one where it's kind of on the corner maybe and the umpire gives it to him or doesn't. Now the 1-2 again from Jones. A chopper towards first. It's a slow roller. It's scooped up there by Stoll, and he's got plenty of time to step on the bag for the out. And in the bottom of the third, Free State goes down with a whimper. 1, 2, 3 in the inning, including one strikeout after the slow rolling ground out to first base. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Lawrence Free State as we head to the top of the fourth. Lawrence leads 4-0 over Free State. You're listening to Free State Baseball and Lawrence Baseball on KLWN.
It could be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex. Or maybe you're just doesn't. No matter what it is, Castle Plumbing brings you superior service with 3 generations of experience working for you. And their prompt, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Residential or commercial, big or small, you can depend on Castle Plumbing. They're your local plumbing company serving Lawrence and the surrounding area since 1972. Home of the Flint Hills is just that. Home. When finding a senior living community for you or your loved one, it's important to find a place that feels welcoming, safe, and most importantly, like home. Home of the Flint Hills is progressive aging in place in a home-like family environment with care and assistance for living well while enjoying yourself. The new home in Silver Lake is a ranch-style home on the edge of town with a few openings still available. HomeoftheFlintHills.com, the best-kept secret in senior living.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn, bringing you the city showdown this evening between Lawrence and Free State. And Kyle Graves' night on the mound is done for the Firebirds. They make a pitching change. Number 4, Adam Coop is the new pitcher. So Graves goes 3 complete innings, gives up 4 runs off 7 hits. He did have 5 strikeouts, but he hands the ball off to Adam Coop. Graves, meanwhile, moves to shortstop defensively. So Graves, number 3, is now in the field at shortstop. And I believe that means Mason Lester is out of the lineup in the field, with Coop being the new pitcher. And he will face the 2-hitter in the order, Crawford, who swings a ground ball that gets through the first baseman, stopped by the second baseman, but there was nobody there to cover the bag. And Crawford, on the first pitch of the inning, grounds one through first into shallow right field. It was actually stopped by the second baseman, Ben Graves, but they did not have anybody covering the bag. So Crawford is safe at first.
For his first hit of the night. And I'm assuming they're going to count it a hit. It was a well-hit ball. It was hit. The second baseman was able to stop it, but that was it.
There was going to be no throw. So they do record it as a hit. Grammer is the new hitter for Lawrence. Tyson Grammer has been very active tonight. A double in the first and a run scored. Then he walked to lead off the third and scored a run in that inning as well. And here he is in the fourth, his third time through the order. However, this is his first time seeing Adam Coop. And Coop is down 2-0 in the count right now. A couple of balls thrown from Coop to Tyson Grammer. Now the 2-0 out of the stretch. Another ball well upstairs, ball 3. 3-0 against Grammer, who more than likely will just be taking here on the 3-0. Coop from the high set, parallel to the plate, out of the stretch.
And
throws ball 4 upstairs. It's a 4-pitch walk, and Grammer jogs down to first. And with that, it looks like there's some more guys getting up in the Free State bullpen to start getting warm a little bit. And Jeffries, the catcher, is out to talk with Coop. Well, just to say, hey, man, no worries. Settle down here a little bit. He gets a little extra encouragement from his first baseman as well, number 14, Tyler Vigna. And
Tyson Grammer has now reached all 3 times, 2 walks and a big double, and scored a run in the first.
So Sammy Stoll, who has also had a big game so far tonight, a triple, an RBI triple, and a run scored. And then he singled and scored as well. So all 4 of Lawrence's runs have been scored by Grammer and Stoll. They have runners at first and second base. And the first pitch is outside to Stoll for ball 1. Runners at first and second base. Coop checks the runners. Out of the stretch, the 1-0. Is tying outside for ball 2. And at this point, Coop just looking for the strike zone here. He's thrown 6 consecutive balls going back to the 4-pitch walk to Grammer. Taking his time as he stands parallel to the plate. Now from the high set, runners at first and second, nobody out. Checks the runner at second, now the 2-0 pitch. Lifted in the air, foul, out of play on the third base side. So the count 2-1 against Sammy Stoll. Hitting from the left side against the right-handed hurler, Adam Coop. 4-0, Lawrence High leads here in the top of the 4th, and they're looking for more already with runners at first and second and nobody out against Free State. The 2-1 pitch, down and in on Stoll for ball 3, and a walk would load the bases. The pressure is on Coop here. He checks the runners at first and second. Out of the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. Stoll swings and chops it foul on the first base side towards the Free State dugout. So the count runs full. And this feels like a big at-bat for Coop. Stoll's been great tonight, and if Coop can somehow find a way to get him out, maybe he can salvage this inning and keep Lawrence off the scoreboard. They've already put up 4 in this game. The full count pitch is off the plate outside for ball 4. It's a walk, and the bases are loaded for Lawrence High with nobody out, and the designated hitter Connor Nowak stepping in for the Lions.
And Connor reached on an error, hit by pitches in the second or in the third, and then and scored a run in that inning.
So here he is in the 4th with the bases juiced. He takes a ball from Adam Coop. Now, anytime you have to play with the bases loaded, if you're a hitter, you're wanting to make contact. You're wanting to make something happen. But Coop has struggled to find the strike zone here, so Nowak maybe might just let Coop throw in more balls and
maybe
score an easy run
looked
that
like
way.
he might have gotten hit by a pitch on that one too, but he popped out just enough for the ball that ball to miss him.
2-0. And Coop, desperate for an out. The 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3.
Wow. That looked like he was downtown. I maybe just low.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit below the knees. Free State has a man warming in their bullpen on the first base side as Coop struggling since he's come into the game. The 3-0 pitch is called.
Now,
strike one on the inside corner.
Inside and high, but it is called a strike. So, but he was taking that, and so.
Yep, on a 3-0, Nowak had no interest in lifting his bat off of his shoulder. Now on a 3-1, he might. Bases juiced, and Coop will step off and reset for a moment before probably the biggest pitch since he's come into the game. Bases loaded on a 3-1. A walk would score a run. Out of the stretch, here it comes.
And that's
it
hit by a pitch.
It hits Nowak. And so it would have been ball 4 anyways, but it ends up scoring a run. Crawford jogs home from third.
And here comes.
And it is 5-0 Lawrence leads. And we're going to have a mound visit here from Free State to talk about this.
Yep, he calls for the pitcher, and so we are going to get a pitching change here.
Yep.
So
okay,
a
they're
very
gonna go to
quick
their bullpen.
outing for Adam Coop.
So Coop, sometimes you just don't have it. And for Adam Coop, he faced 4 hitters. He gave up a base hit, 2 walks, and hit a batter. And his evening comes to a close. Certainly not how he would have hoped it was going to go. But Lawrence Free State goes to their bullpen. The new pitcher is number 11, Jackson Wagoner, I believe. Number 11 in green and white. 5-0 Lawrence High leads here in the top of the 4th, and they show no signs of slowing down. They got the bases low with nobody out. So Wagoner inherits almost an impossible position here with the bases loaded. He'll try to navigate Free State out of this inning somehow. 5-0 Lawrence High leads. They got 1 run in the top of the first off of a double by Tyson Grammer and then an RBI triple by Sammy Stoll. That put them up 1-0 in the first. Then in the 3rd inning, they started the inning with their first 5 hitters reaching base safely, including 3 hits, and they scored 3 runs to make it 4-0. And then here in the 4th, they led it off with a base hit from Crawford, consecutive walks, and then a hit by a pitch. With the bases loaded, scored their 5th run of the game. Meanwhile, for Free State offensively, they just haven't really been able to do much against Brooks Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence.
Absolutely nothing. They had one.
No hits for Free State through 3 innings. They only had 1 base runner, and that was a hit by pitch.
That was barely, as we called it. I mean, it was a nick that I will contest, but I can't contest too much from up here.
3 strikeouts in the game so far for Jones. Kyle Graves, he pitched well. I mean, he had good stuff. He had 5 strikeouts, but Lawrence High was able to find him on some hits as well, as he gave up 7 hits and 4 runs in his 3 innings pitched. Then it was Coop here in the 4th, but couldn't record an out. And now the new pitcher is number 11, Jackson Wagoner for Free State. And at this point, Free State just looking for outs. I guess maybe baby steps, they're looking for strikes. Would be a better way to put it at this point. But it's Brooks Jones, the pitcher, at the plate. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Struck out in the first, but then in the 3rd got a base hit.
Double. Big 2 RBI double.
He is hitting from the right side against the right-handed pitcher Wagoner, and he throws a strike on the first pitch.
And Jackson in his warm-ups, he was coming off the mound completely, but boy, they were all coming in solid, and they looked good.
So Wagoner, like I said, facing a really unenviable task of coming into the game with the bases loaded. Jones swings and fouls off that pitch out of play on the first base side, and the count quickly 0-2. And at this point for Free State, 1 out would go a long way in just kind of getting their confidence back a little bit, you would think. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 0-2 pitch from Wagoner well high for Ball 1.
And Connor does have a designated runner for him, Connor Nowak at first.
Yep, I can't quite see the number on that. I believe that's 23, it looks like.
25, I think.
25,
Oh,
and this
hit
pitch
by a
hits.
pitch.
Yep, it hits Brooks Jones. So Wagner hits Jones on a 1-2 pitch, and that scores another Lawrence run. It's Tyson Grammer who scores for Lawrence. It is now 6-0.
And that pitch hit Brooks Jones on the arm, and
Jones is going to get a pinch runner as well.
And
for
my
him.
guess is a little bit of therapy and talking it over whether or not will be able to go again. You'd think with no hits, pitching a no-hitter at this point going into the fourth, that Brad Stoll would keep him in, but when you get hit by a pitch on your pitching arm, or actually check that, I guess it would not have been his pitching arm.
Yeah, I think it hit him on his left arm.
Yeah.
But he's still going to get a pinch runner for him. That's number 9, Brady Edmonds, pinch running at first. The 0-1 pitch from Wagner to the plate against Cale Payton is a ball to make it 1-1. Payton a strikeout in the second, but then he's hit an RBI single in the third.
And Brady, a really bummer story. A senior, really had high hopes for his senior year, but got injured right before the season and was unable to play. But it's great to see him out here able to be a pinch runner.
So he's running at first. Meanwhile, Wagner throws strike 2 to Payton at the plate. Still no outs in the inning with the bases loaded. It's 6-0. Lawrence leads over Free State. Now the 1-2 pitch from Wagner. Parallel to the plate from the low set. Hikes the knee. Here it comes. A fastball.
The ball got him away from him.
Yes. And that allows the runners to advance, and sliding into score is Sammy Stoll.
And there is no way Sammy's going to let that one get by him. Sammy saw that ball get out of the glove before the catcher realized it was out of his glove, and Sammy took off and able to score on that. That makes it 7-0 Lawrence High.
Yeah,
we got a first quarter football score here.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for Jeffries was that I think he thought he gloved it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, his reaction was that he thought he had it in his glove, and it took him that split second to realize, oh, no, it got away from me, and that allowed the runners to score. So it's now 7-0. There's strike 3 called on the next pitch to Cale Payton. So Wagner finally gets the first out of the inning for Free State on a strikeout of Cale Payton. It is 7-0, though. Runners at second and third. And Nathan Bletner is the new hitter for Lawrence in a 7-0 game. First pitch from Wagner to Bletner is a strike. Good pitch there from Wagner, and the count is 0-1. Consecutive innings in which Lawrence has put up 3 runs, but they could put up more here in the fourth. And a hard hit chopper towards third. It gets away from the third baseman. It gets away from the third baseman. This will score 2 more runs. And it's 9-0 Lawrence High leads. An untimely error at third base.
And I'm going to give up scoring that one because I don't know how that's going to be scored.
That's going to be
that's
an
what you
error
get
for sure.
when you get a restaurant guy to be your broadcast partner. You get just talk, no facts. So
that was Mason Lester
either way,
2 at third base.
Either way, 2-run score, 5 runs in this inning.
And then it's 9-0 total now. An untimely error for Free State, and when it rains, it pours. The new hitter is Cohen Myers, the 9-hitter for Lawrence High. So that's Lester at third base, and it was as simple as he just thought he had it and it got past him, but it gives up 2 runs. And now Cohen Myers steps in for Lawrence with 1 out and a runner at second base. Wagner throws one in the dirt for ball 2.
Oh, in the turf.
In the turf, yes. There is actually not a single ounce of dirt anywhere on this field. It's all turf. Turf everywhere. Now the 2-0 from Wagner. To the plate. Strike 1 called. And it's 2-1 against Cohen Myers, hitting from the right side.
Myers, the 9-hole hitter.
1 for 2 so far this evening. The 2-1 out of the stretch, popped up high in the air, in foul territory on the first base side, and this will go out of play, bouncing off the roof of the Free State dugout on the first base side. So now a 2-2 count against Myers after he hit that one foul. Still only one out. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Wagoner gets his second strikeout of the game to sit down Myers, and now there are 2 outs here in the 4th.
And Dom Ostronic coming up the same way he was in the last inning, although he had 2 runners on base. But again, this is the 9th hitter of this inning. Yeah.
So they've hit through their order. Austin Crawford, the guy who led off the inning, is in the on-deck circle. So it's Ostronic. He showed a bunt and took a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat against Wagoner. There's a runner at second base for Lawrence in a 9-0 game. From the low set, Wagoner taking a long look towards second. Now he focuses towards home plate. This pitch swung on and fouled off by Ostronic. It was in on his hands, and he kind of jammed it foul on the first base side.
And Nate Bletner at second, who reached on a very untimely error by Free State, allowed 2 runs to score. Bletner, the senior.
But now an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. Wagoner could end the inning here for Free State. He throws home, swung on, and Ostronic just fouled it, and he stays alive with 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the 4th.
So the 2 seniors right now in a position to do more damage with Ostronic at the plate and Bletner on second base.
Bletner at second. 2 outs, top of the 4th, 9-0 Lawrence leads. Wagoner desperately trying to get Free State out of the inning, and he throws strike 3. Called strike on the outside corner to end the inning. So Wagoner gets 3 Ks after coming into the game to end the inning, but not before Lawrence puts up 5 runs in the top of the 4th. So 5 runs in the inning in total for Lawrence, and they did it off just 1 hit. So there was 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and then a really, really unfortunate error that scored 2 runs as well. So 1 runner left on, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on, and a 5-run inning for Lawrence as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Free State will look to respond. It's 9-0. You're listening to Lawrence High and Free State Baseball on KLWN.
This is David Lawrence. I spent a day with Darren Lutz, president of Alpha Roofing. I was so impressed by the pride Darren has in his company, from how he treats his employees right down to the attention to detail on each and every job. Whether it's a small house or a large commercial building, Darren and his experienced staff will be sure to get it done right. And that's why Alpha Roofing has been voted best in Lawrence 8 straight years. And it's also the reason I use them to roof my personal home. Alpha Roofing is hands down my first choice in roofing.
Hi, this is Dr. Wes Crenshaw. There are 2 kinds of teens in need of a therapist: those who ask for help and those who don't. If you have an asker, don't hesitate to respond. Teens and young adults benefit greatly from the kind of counseling we offer at Family Psychological Services. And if your young person is brave enough to reach out to you, reach out to us by clicking the Ask About Services link on our website, drwes.com. That's dr-wes.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We're back here at Hoglund Ballpark. I'm sorry, I took over for you there, buddy.
Go ahead,
we were
Matt.
just talking off air. It's like that the error to score the final 2 runs of that half inning.
Yeah, that was a pivotal moment in the inning.
It really was, because an opportunity to get at least 1 out, probably 2, and then they would have been out of the inning, you would think.
For sure.
But not to be for Free State, as Lawrence High scores 5 runs in that inning, making it a 9-0 game, Lawrence High.
It's Jones back out to pitch for Lawrence here in the bottom of the 4th against Ben Graves, the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for Free State in this inning. That's Ben Graves, Kyle Graves, and Brady Kern. So Graves, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. In fact, he's the only base runner of the game, and he takes a strike on the 2-0 pitch to make it 2-1, I believe. That's what, 2-1 against Graves. No hits for Free State so far in this game.
And so,
Ben,
this is now just in the fourth inning. It's just now the second time he has seen Groves.
Brooks Jones on the mound for Lawrence. Kicks and fires a 3-1. Popped up high in the air. This will go foul into the stands and bounce at the top row of the bleachers to our left here. And somebody grabbed the ball there, so somebody's going home with a souvenir.
There'll be a kid that'll get that one.
Yep, somebody's going home with a souvenir for sure. They're passing it around right now. So now it's a full count against Ben Graves. Jones, the pitch. Swung on and fouled on the third base side. So Graves getting some swings in, has fouled off a couple of pitches, hasn't squared up on one quite yet. With Free State down 9-0.
And that ball was almost the closest guy to that ball. Go ahead.
This pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner.
All right, I'm going to call. I mean, there's just no question to me that was a ball.
It's been close with some of those pitches that have been on the outside and inside corners of the plate, but they're called strike 3 against Graves.
I mean, it's just,
one out.
You just want to see a good game called. And
there is strike 1 from Jones to Kyle Graves, hitting in the third spot in the order. He grounded out to short in his first at bat. Yeah, it's definitely been a little hit and miss sometimes on the outside corners. Now the 0-1. And that's just a little bit low, below the knees. I think Jones thought that was strike 2. He kind of twitched his head a little bit.
He did. Again, I'll tell you, it has been fun to kind of watch the crowd here tonight. Mike Mondi is out here, and Mike doesn't have he just has a love for Lawrence High. He's got a lot of kids who went through the program, but Mike just out here to support the Chesty Lions. And, of course, Coach Dirk Wedd is out here. He would never miss a Lawrence High Free State game of any kind. Coach was at the softball game a week ago.
The 2-1 pitch from Jones to the plate. Swung on a 2-hopper towards second, charging up on it, and making the throw to first in time for the out.
Yeah, just perfectly thrown ball by Vaughn Wells, right to Sammy Stahl at first, and just played perfectly. So Lawrence High, their great play continues.
Yeah, they definitely come to this game with an extra level of energy that Free State has just not been quite able to match in this game. It's Brady Kern now stepping in for Free State with 2 outs and the bases empty against Jones. A fastball well high and outside for ball 1 to Kern, who struck out back in the first.
And Brady's absolutely their most dangerous hitter, so we'll just see here what happens with Brady.
If there's anybody that can maybe kickstart this Firebird squad, perhaps it could be Brady Kern. The 1-0 pitch to the plate. Swung on a slow-rolling ground ball towards short. Picked up there by Crawford. The throw to first is on time.
Talking about a great play. Crawford that was a slow roller, but, man, he's able to come up on it, pick it up off the ground, and just make a textbook play. Throw to Sammy Stahl, and Sammy's fired up, and so are the Lions.
Yep, a real plus play there from Crawford to get the out, and that ends the bottom of the fourth. Another 1-2-3 inning for Lawrence Free State as we head to the top of the fifth. It's Lawrence 9, Free State 0. You're listening to High School Baseball on KLWN.
Hey, it's Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks, and Matt Llewellyn here at the beautiful 23rd Street Brewery patio with our best friends.
We want you to meet Bo and Indy. Say hi to the folks, guys.
Yep, man's best friend is welcome here on the patio at the 23rd Street Brewery.
That's right, Brian. Come in and have one or more of our craft beers, eat, hang out with your pups. And we've got a TV out there, so you and your pups can watch whatever you want on the patio.
The 23rd Street Brewery in front of Hy-Vee off of 23rd Street and Castle.
And from the dental team at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry.
Most people are shamed from when they have neglected their mouth. They know it. They just want somebody with a friendly face to help them get where they want to be. They wouldn't be here if they weren't concerned and they didn't want to have a beautiful, healthy, confident smile. So there's no judgment involved. We're excited to just step in and help them and finish that smile for them and get them back to function and health. That's what we do. Nothing but positivity of excitement about moving forward with them and helping them achieve what they want.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas, and we had a brief delay to the start of the inning as the home plate umpire was, I think, sorting something out there, so hopefully they got that cleared up. It is the top of the fifth. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn, and Lawrence High back up to bat after they've been really on fire in the past couple innings. 3 runs scored by Lawrence in the third, 5 in the fourth, and here they are in the fifth. It's Austin Crawford. He takes a strike from Jackson Wagner. Wagner, the third pitcher of the game for Free State. He came in the fourth and actually struck out the side. He had 3 strikeouts in the fourth that ended the inning. So here he is in the fifth, hoping to do more of the same against Lawrence. Here's a high fly ball foul out of play off the bat of Crawford for strike 2. Crawford led off the fourth with a base hit and scored a run. He is 1 for 3 in the game. He hits from the left side against the right-hander Wagner. And he steps in facing an 0-2 count. Wagner comes parallel to the plate, working out of the stretch. Swung on a one-hopper. Oh, it skips past Wagner. There at second base. The throw, one hop, gets away from the first baseman, Vigna. And the runner is safe at first. Boy, kind of a funky play there. It went through Wagner, the pitcher, and Ben Graves at second base had to make kind of a tough play there. And he one-hopped the throw to Vigna, who could not stop it. The runner saved it first.
I mean, it was a really tough ball. I was surprised that the pitcher was even going to get a hand on it when he did. I was thinking, okay, you're going to be an easy out, but not so. Gets through him. The second baseman not able to make the clean play, and the first baseman misses the ball, and our leadoff hitter is safe.
It's just been that kind of night for Free State. Now the new hitter is Tyson Grammer, who has scored 3 runs in this game. He's walked twice, also got a double. So he's just about done it all for Lawrence in this game. He steps in here, hitting from the left side. Wagner's 1-0 pitch, a well-struck grounder towards short, towards third. This could be 2. The throw to second for 1. The throw to first is
in time.
On time for the out. 5-4-3. They go around the horn for the double play. It was Lester at third to second to first. A double play, and maybe that can inject some life into this Free State squad.
And a well hit ball. A great play by Free State to able to turn that double play, because about as far out as you could possibly get. A great hit by Tyson, but able to be picked up. And
yeah, the fact that it was well hit probably benefited Free State.
That's right.
Gave him more time to turn that double play.
Right.
So now it's Sammy Stoll at the plate with 2 outs and the base is empty after the leadoff base hit from Crawford gets erased by the double play ball. 9-0 Lawrence leads. 2 outs, bases empty. Stoll swings and misses at the 1-0, and the count 1-1. So Wagner comes in the fifth with a clean slate and has got 2 outs. Looking for that third against Stoll. The 1-1 to the plate. Popped up high in the air into straightaway center field. Kern drifts back. He's under it. And he makes the catch to end the top of the fifth. A 1-2-3 inning, but not conventionally, as there was a base hit as well in there, but a double play, and the fly out by Stoll into straightaway center ends it. No runs for Lawrence in the inning off of 1 hit. There were no errors, and they strand no one in the fifth. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It's 9-0. Free State looking to kickstart their offense. You're listening to high school baseball on KLWN.
Hey Lawrence fans, Meritrust Credit Union is proud to support Lawrence High School sports and be a part of this vibrant community. You can experience the credit union difference through the way they're passionate about providing student athletes in our community with the resources needed to make the best financial plays. No matter where you are on your financial journey, Meritrust can help you conquer each milestone ahead and help you be the author of your financial future. Visit meritrustcu.org to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA. It's game time, Lawrence. Let's go.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer with my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn, bringing you high school baseball. It's the city showdown, Lawrence versus Free State, but it's been pretty one-sided so far through 4.5 innings. We're to the bottom of the fifth. It's 9-0. Lawrence leads Free State. The 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for Free State in this inning, and they have just not been able to find any success against Brooks Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence High, and they trail by 9 runs. Jones' first pitch to Tyler Vigna, leading off the bottom of the fifth. He's upstairs for a ball, and the count 1-0. This pitch finds the zone from Jones, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Vigna struck out in his first at-bat back in the second, and here in the fifth, he comes up for the second time, hoping to maybe start things off on the right foot for Lawrence Free State in the bottom of the fifth, but not like that. He swings and whiffs at the 1-1, and the count 1-2. So it's really been pretty dominant from Lawrence from start to finish, or from start to this point in the game, I guess I should say. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Vigna stands like a statue and takes strike 3 on the inside corner, and there's one away in the bottom of the fifth.
And just dominant there by Brooks Jones. I mean, that ball was fired in there, 86 miles an hour again. Just a fastball. He's just using his power. Another strike.
Yeah, a tough, unfortunate swing there for Wesley Cups. That's one of those swings where about halfway through it, your brain says, uh-oh, shouldn't have swung at that one.
Trying to time it out, and it was wrong.
Oh, boy. He gets hit in the head.
Well, there was no question about that
Jones. Yeah, that one gets away from Jones, and it hits off the batting helmet of Wesley Cups. The good news is Cups didn't appear fazed by it at all. He just jogs down to first after that ball plunked off of his helmet. So glad that he is all right, and that ball was one of those balls where, just got away from Jones.
And it looks like the umpire's going to talk to
yeah, I think they want to check to make sure he's got a clean baseball, so he likes with the one he's got.
But now there was no question about that. And, in baseball, you'd think almost a pitch like that, the pitcher and you would maybe take a nod of the cap to the hitter, but that would never happen because you don't want to see a hit to the head like that because you don't want to hit him. But you've got to worry about a concussion with something like that. I mean, it looked nasty, and it sounded nasty.
The good news is that Cups appears just fine. He's down at first base. There's a strike thrown from Jones to the plate, and the count 1-1 against Ryan Weischer, who grounded out to short in his only plate appearance earlier in the game. Still just the second base runner of the game for Free State. Can they do anything with it? This one in on the hands of Weischer, and he hits it foul out of play. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is a lefty-lefty matchup.
Both of those base runners were hit by pitch.
Yep. 9-0 Lawrence leads here in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-2 pitch. And off speed, that was outside for ball 2. 2-2 now to Weischer. Lights have kicked on here. The sun has fully set in Lawrence. And this has turned into a very, very comfortable evening for baseball here at Hoglund Ballpark for the City Showdown. Last game of the regular season for these two squads. There's strike 3 called from Jones. And again, he freezes the hitter, Weischer, who can do nothing except walk back to the Free State dugout. Jones strikes him out. And for Brooks Jones, that is his
sixth
strikeout. Yep, 6th strikeout of the game for Jones. He has been razor sharp. And now with 2 outs, he will face Cole Wright, the 8th hitter in the order for Free State. And he throws low for ball 1. And Wright was one of those strikeout victims back in the 3rd inning. He struck out. Here he is in the 5th, hoping for a different outcome against Jones. The 1-0 pitch hit foul out of play on the left field side, or on the right field side, I should say, on the first base side, and it goes out of play regardless. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. From the high set, Jones looks towards first. The 1-1 pitch, well high. A great play there behind the plate by Cohen Myers to pop out of his stance and snag that ball. 2 base runners in this game for Free State. Both have come by hit by pitch. They have a runner at first right now with 2 outs. It's right at the plate facing a 2-1 count. Jones hikes the knee. Here it comes.
Wow.
Missed upstairs just above the belt. And the count 3-1.
Just a little high.
Yeah, it was close, but it's a little upstairs, says the umpire. 3-1. 6 strikeouts for Jones, no walks. The 3-1 pitch, well high and outside, and there's ball 4. Jones issues his first free pass of the evening. And Free State with a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 5th. Down 9-0. They've got 2 base runners.
2 base runners.
There's
2
outs. So they need their 9th hitter in the order, Tyler Jeffries, to come through here. Hitting from the right side. He touches home plate with his bat and waits patiently on Jones. Jones taking his time as he leans towards home plate for the side. Parallel to the plate from the high set, his first pitch to Jeffries on its way. A fly ball, a high fly ball into right center field, drifting back and making the catch. Out there in right field is Cale Payton for Lawrence High. So Free State gets a pair of runners via walk and a hit by pitch, but they can't do anything with it as Jeffries flies out to right field to end the inning. No runs off of no hits, there were no errors, and they strand 2 in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th. It's Free State 0 and Lawrence High 9. You're listening to the City Showdown on KLWN.
Disaster can hit your home or business at any moment, from flooding to fire damage to mold-infested walls. But after every storm, you can find that illuminating rainbow. That would be Rainbow Restoration. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, they can help you with any water, fire, and mold cleanup with their IICRC certified technicians, free assessments, and local experts to help you from start to finish. Call Rainbow Restoration to solve your home or business disaster at 785-371-2400 and get your phone call answered by a real human instead of an answering service.
Advent Health has been serving Kansas families for more than 60 years. From primary care providers you can trust to advanced heart and cancer treatments, Advent Health is here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirits. With world-class expertise and compassionate whole-person care, our network of primary cares, urgent cares, ERs, and hospitals will help you live your best life. Download the Advent Health app for virtual care on demand or to find a doctor and schedule your next appointment. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for the City Showdown here on KLWN. Lawrence versus Free State. It's been pretty one-sided so far as we enter the top of the 6th. 9-0 is the score. Our first pitch of the 6th to Connor Nowak leading off for Lawrence. He grounds it foul on the first base side. Jackson Wagner has come into the game and provided some much-needed stability on the mound for Free State. And in the 5th, he put up a 0 after Lawrence scored 3 in the 3rd and 5 in the 4th. He faces Nowak here leading off the 6th, and the 0-1 pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 against Nowak, who has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances, but he doesn't have a hit yet.
That's right. A very fortunate way.
Reached on an air, and he's been hit by a pitch twice tonight, and he scored 2 runs, but he does not officially have a hit. Hitting from the left side against the right-handed pitcher, Wagner, who brings home the 2-1. Swung on a grounder towards second, off 2 hops. It's played by Graves, and an easy flip to first for the out. There is 1 away in the top of the 6th. That brings Brooks Jones to the plate for Lawrence High. He's been dominating on the mound. At the plate so far tonight, he is 1 for 2 with a run scored, a 2 RBI double back in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th and scored a run. The first pitch from Wagner to Jones, a high chopper about 25 feet in the air. Wagner's got to wait on it. He fields it cleanly and throws to first in time for the out. On a hit like that, sometimes it can be frustrating as a as a fielder, you just got to stand there and wait on that ball. He was chopped hard off the turf right in front of home plate, and Wagner just had to crane his neck and wait on that ball. But he patiently waited, fielded it cleanly, and throws to first for the out. Now Cale Payton steps in for Lawrence with nobody out, or 2 outs. Bases empty. Looks like it's a pinch hitter instead of Cale Payton. It is number 12, River Lynch, pinch hitting for Payton in the 7th spot of the order. Hitting from the right side, and he swings and fouls off the 1-0 to the netting, and the count 1-1. So River Lynch, number 12, pinch hitting.
Well, and River Lynch is senior, so you think that Brad Stahl wants to get all of his seniors in if he can.
Yeah, you wonder if in a 9-0 game at this stage, just want to empty off the bench, get your guys a chance to get out there for one last game before they head to the postseason. Lynch takes a strike on the 1-1 pitch to make it 1-2 in the upper half of the zone. 2 outs, bases empty. It's Lynch at the plate. Wagner's 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Lynch strikes out looking, and Wagner sits down the Lions 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. But Lawrence still leads 9-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th here at Hoglund Ballpark. You're listening to the City Showdown on KLWN.
From Dr. Heck at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry.
And this community is extremely important to us. It was for my dad. My dad played offensive line. We are so excited to see their success, and that's the success and pride that we feel, that all of us feel, when the Hawks are doing well, and even when they're not. We support them. We want to be part of that winning team, and we want to be part of people in this community and improving those lives, and that's what keeps us going, and that's what drives us.
Hey, it's Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks, and Matt Llewellyn here at the beautiful 23rd Street Brewery patio with our best friends.
We want you to meet Bo and Indy. Say hi to the folks, guys.
Yep, man's best friend is welcome here on the patio at the 23rd Street Brewery.
That's right, Brian. Come in and have one or more of our craft beers, eat, hang out with your pups. And we've got a TV out there, so you and your pups can watch whatever you want on the patio.
The 23rd Street Brewery, in front of Hy-Vee, off of 23rd Street and Castle.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hoglund Ballpark here in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. It's the City Showdown here on KLWN. We are into the bottom of the 6th inning. It's been a fairly one-sided affair so far in this matchup. 9-0 Lawrence leads. The top of the order for Free State coming up in the bottom of the 6th. It's Mason Lester to face Brooks Jones, but Brooks Jones has been dialed in all game, and he throws a strike to begin the bottom of the 6th to Mason Lester. 0-1 against Lester, hitting from the left side. The pitch is low for ball 1.
Yep,
Lester,
back to the top of the lineup now for Free State.
Yep, top of the order. Lester, Ben Graves, and Kyle Graves. Lester is 0 for 2 so far in this game, a fly out and a ground out. And here he is looking to just do anything to get this Free State offense going against Brooks Jones. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, a nice curveball on the inside half of the plate.
And that had great movement on it.
Yeah.
71-mile-an-hour curveball. I just don't think Mason knew anything about what that ball was doing. And really, that's the biggest curveball I've seen him throw tonight.
The 1-2 to the plate. Lester took a look at it. It's called strike 3 on the outside corner. Lester thought about it. He was looking at it. He doesn't swing, and the umpire rings him up. It's strike 3 and out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. And for Jones, that's his 7th K of the game. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and he has given up 2 other base runners via hit by pitch. And the first pitch, he hits him again in the head. That's Ben Graves who takes one off the batting helmets. And Jones has had a couple pitches get away from him. For as dominant as he's been, he's had a couple of pitches get away from him. And there, Graves tried to duck out of the way, but it just plunks off of his helmet. So that's the 3rd hit by pitch of the game. Second one that has been up high, but I think for Jones it's been certainly nothing of malintent or anything like that. He's just had a couple pitches get away from him.
And again, it was bad. I mean, it hit him in the head. You could hear the hear it. From
that was an off speed, so it's not like it was just a fastball coming at him. But still, you never want to hit a guy up high. But
no,
Jones has had a couple pitches get away.
And you think, and that ball was way outside, so you think maybe he's thinking about things maybe right now. And I don't know what his pitch count is, but it can't be low.
This pitch swung on a fly ball into left field, and the catch made out there in left near foul territory by Bletner, the senior out in left. He makes the catch, and there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. A fly out off the bat of Kyle Graves, and Brady Kern will step in for Free State with Ben Graves, the runner at first base.
And again, Brady, their most dominant scorer, but he's been
he's been quiet tonight.
And the
first pitch to Kern. There's another curveball from Jones that looked really good for strike 1.
A strikeout and a ground out.
Yep, that's been the story of this Free State performance tonight. Just haven't really been able to get anything going. The 0-1 pitch from Jones, but before time is called as Kern steps out for a practice swing, and Jones will readjust himself on the rubber. From the high set, he looks towards first. Now the 0-1 delivery. Missed a little bit low and inside, just below the knees to Kern for ball 1. Didn't miss by much, though. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And for Free State, time not on their side, down by 9 runs. I mean, they would need, you'd think, at least 3 or 4 or 5 runs in this inning to even feel like they have a shot in the 7th. But they have 2 outs and only a 1 runner at first. The 1-1 pitch misses for ball 2. 2-1. Kern sits up deep in the batter's box on the right side against the lefty Jones. From the high set, a look towards first. The 2-1 pitch. There's that curveball again. And when he's really got it working, that is an excellent, excellent pitch from Jones. And it's a strike. 2-2.
And have you seen? That's only the second curveball I've seen all night. Have you seen it?
He's been throwing it but these last couple ones he's thrown have had certainly some more curve or movement on them. But he's been using it a little bit here and there tonight. Another 2-2 with 2 outs. Swung on a one-hopper back to Jones. Oh, and he blocked it. He stopped it. He's got to pick it up and throw to first. And it's the throw. Did he come off the bag? Yes. They go down to second for the out. They say he's safe at second, too, though. Graves rounded second and came off the bag. They threw to second and couldn't get the out. Jones basically just body blocked that ball, to be quite honest with you. Picked it up and threw to first, but the first baseman, Stoll, had to step off the bag to make the catch. So everybody's safe for Free State. Now it's Tyler Vigna.
And have not scored this run, that hit yet. I would think that you would score it as a hit because it was just a rocket to Brooks. He was very, very fortunate to stop the ball and make it have a play.
He basically just body blocked it.
Right.
And it was able to throw it to first. They have recorded it as an error against Jones because of the throw. And the first pitch is well high to Vigna for ball 1. So an error against Jones after he stopped that ball, and then the throw to first, it forced Stoll off the bag. I think they would have had him in time if he makes a more accurate throw. That's why it goes down as an error. Here's Vigna with a heavy-handed swing and a miss for strike 1. So runners at first and second for Free State, but again, down by 9. I mean, you'd need at least 3, 4, 5 runs in this inning to feel like you even have a shot to make this comeback possible in the 7th. Now the 1-1. Well high from Jones. That one got away from him again. And both runners will advance.
And they're just going to let those runners advance there.
Yeah, with 2 outs, there's no reason to be concerned.
No reason at all.
Unless Vigna can put this ball in play. So it's a 2-1 count against Vigna, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So to say he's been struggling at the plate tonight would be maybe an understatement with 2 Ks in 2 appearances. Runners at second and third. But Vigna can change everything about tonight with 1 swing. He swings and misses at the 2-1 to make it 2-2. And it feels like this is do or die for Free State. They need to get something on the scoreboard here in the 6th. The 2-2 pitch from Jones with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. He comes to the plate. There's that curveball again, but he missed outside that time.
And 67 miles an hour. So I haven't seen a 60 from Brooks tonight, and you don't know if that is what he had in mind, but it was definitely an off-speed pitch.
Well, you mentioned his pitch count. You wonder if fatigue might be becoming more of a bit of a factor for Jones here with his arm. The full count pitch. Can he dig deep here and find something? He throws it home. It's a well-hit ball back at the middle. Stopped by the shortstop, but this will score a run. Free State on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Off the ground ball by Vigna, right back up the middle. That got through Jones, the pitcher. It was stopped by the shortstop Crawford, but a run does score with 2 outs. It's Graves who scores.
Yep, first hit of the game is Vigna, able to put Free State on the board.
Up the middle, and RBI makes it 9-1 with Wesley Cups, the DH, stepping in for Free State. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a strike at the belt.
And I was about to say before they got that hit that, man, that ball came in hot. It was 86 miles an hour, but Vigna able to get the what is it?
The core of the bat, or the composite
material right on that ball for just a great hit up the middle.
And that was the first hit of the game as well, as you said, Matt. Here's a pitch swung on by Cups, and he fouled it to the backstop, and now quickly finds himself in a hole 0-2. So Jones was pitching a gem. He had not given up a hit yet until that one there by Vigna. He had walked 1 hitter and had hit 3.
And you think maybe the pressure is now off of Brooks Jones. You think maybe he's thinking no-hit game, which he had with that one right there. And
the 0-2
I don't know about that. That was way high.
There's a curveball that missed high. Yeah, with Jones, that curveball, either it's a strike or it looks like that, Matt. That one got away from him, and that's a pitch he definitely still wants to maybe sharpen a little bit once he gets a chance in the offseason maybe to work on that one a little bit more. Well, when it's working, it looks good. The 1-2 to the plate.
Wow.
Swung on and missed for strike 3.
A fastball right down the center. Here you go.
Forget the curve ball. I'm bringing the heat. And Cups could not catch up to it. He strikes out swinging. But Free State does get on the board, so they avoid a shutout. They score 1 run off of 1 hit. There was 1 error, and they strand 2 in the inning. Way to the top of the 7th, it's Lawrence 9 and Free State 1. You're listening to the City Showdown on KLWN.
This is David Lawrence. I spent a day with Darren Lutz, president of Alpha Roofing. I was so impressed by the pride Darren has in his company, from how he treats his employees right down to the attention to detail on each and every job. Whether it's a small house or a large commercial building, Darren and his experienced staff will be sure to get it done right. And that's why Alpha Roofing has been voted best in Lawrence 8 straight years. And it's also the reason I use them to roof my personal home. Alpha Roofing is hands down my first choice in roofing.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScotchCleaners.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We're into the 7th inning of the City Showdown here at Hoglund Ballpark. I'm Nick Springer alongside my broadcast partner Matt Llewellyn. Jackson Wagoner back out for Free State here in the 7th. He's been really sharp since entering the game in the 4th inning for Free State, and he'll face the 8-9-1 hitters in this top of the 7th as Bletner is leading it off, and he swings and hits a high foul ball that went back and bounced in the stands here to our right. So it's Bletner at the plate right now, followed by Cohen Myers and then Dominic Ostronic here in the top of the 7th for Lawrence. Here's a well-struck grounder towards short, fielded very cleanly. The throw is in time to beat Bletner, and he is retired on the ground out to short. Making the play there was Kyle Graves for Free State, and there's 1 out in the top of the 7th. That brings Cohen Myers to the plate for Lawrence. Myers is 1 for 3 so far this evening. Lawrence leads 9-1 over Free State. The pitch is a strike from Myers at the plate from Wagoner. Lawrence High has somebody warming up in their bullpen. You wonder if perhaps Brooks Jones' evening might be done on the mound. We'll find out in the bottom of the 7th. This pitch, a line drive past the diving shortstop Graves into shallow center field. Myers knocks that one right back up into the middle of the outfield, and he is on with his second hit of the game with one out here in the top of the 7th. He's going to get pinch run for by number 17 for Free State, Sutton Dye. This will be a courtesy runner. A courtesy runner for Myers. And the new hitter for Lawrence is Dominic Ostronic, hitting from the right side. First pitch, one hops in for ball 1. Ostronic, he had the one hit back in the second, but he's 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And Matt, do you know what they call a 4-strikeout game for a hitter?
No.
Well, it's not going to happen here. Ostronic hits one that gets past Graves, the shortstop, into left field. It got booted from there into shallow center, and recognizing that, going first to third on the play was Sutton Dye.
Yes, great running by Sutton other than the slide. I thought he started his slide way too early, but able to get safely on third was Sutton.
And I think that will probably go down as an error. There might be multiple errors on that, as Graves didn't make the play from the shortstop position, and then in the outfield it got booted as well and left. So runners at the corners with Austin Crawford stepping in for Lawrence. Well, anyways, they call, if you strike out 4 times as a hitter, it's the golden sombrero.
Okay.
Don't ask me why they call it that. I only know that that's what it's called. I don't know why it's called that, but that's what they call it. Meanwhile, the first pitch to the new hitter, Austin Crawford, is a strike. And the count is 0-1. Wagoner working with runners on the corners. The pitch is a strike. And the count 0-2.
Lawrence football team cheering on the baseball team here.
Yep, there's been a lot of support on both sides from some of the other athletic teams. This pitch swung on a one-hopper that gets past the first baseman. That will be a base hit and will score another run. That makes it 10-1. Lawrence tacking on some insurance here in the 7th. Sutton Dye scores on the play as Crawford knocks one into shallow right. And with one out, it's 10-1. Lawrence leads. Now Tyson Grammer will step in for the Lions. And the first pitch to Grammer. He swings and fouls it on the first base side. Grammer is 1 for 2 with 2 walks, 3 runs scored. He did hit into a double play back in the 5th. There are runners at first and second, so another double play ball is possible here if he puts it on the ground. The 0-1 pitch from Wagoner to Grammer is well off the plate outside for ball 1. The 1-1, well outside. And the count 2-1. So 4 strikeouts is golden sombrero. 5 is platinum, I believe. Platinum sombrero. And if you strike out 6 times in a game, I think they just call that go back to the dugout. I don't know.
Or the minors.
The 2-1 pitch is off the plate for ball 3. In my career, I've only witnessed one player strike out 6 times in a game. And it required extra innings for him to do that. The 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner from Wagoner to Grammer. Runners at first and second. with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. It's 10-1. Lawrence leads over Free State. The payoff pitch. Swung on. It's Chopper on the third base side.
It's going to be trouble.
Barehander. Yep, they've
does
got no
not
play.
have a play.
They've got no play. It was Mason Lester from third base charging up on it. He tried to barehand it, but he recognized that ball was just kind of hitting no man's land. A slow chopper, and nobody had any play there. So that loads the bases. With Sammy Stoll stepping in for Lawrence High. The coach's son with a chance to really drive the dagger into Lawrence Free State here.
With a triple, a single, a walk, and then last inning he flied out in the, or 2 innings ago in the 1-2-3.
Yeah, he's been active tonight. Two runs scored. But yeah, you figure a chance if he puts this ball in play here and Lawrence scores a couple more runs, that might be too much for Free State to overcome in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-0 to the plate against Stoll. Swings a grounder up the middle towards short. This could be 2. The flip to second for 1. The throw to first. One hopper is in time. I got him for the out. Stoll was sprinting as fast as he could, but a double play for Free State. Their second of the game ends the 7th inning. 6-4-3 double play ends the 7th. But not before Lawrence does tack on one more run. They scored that 1 run on, there were 2 hits in the inning. There were 2 errors in the inning, and they strand 1 in the top of the 7th.
And I love seeing the Lawrence High faithful out here tonight. It's a great Lawrence High night.
10-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the City Showdown on KLWN.
Hey, it's Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks, and Matt Llewellyn here at the beautiful 23rd Street Brewery patio with our best friends.
We want you to meet Bo and Indy. Say hi to the folks, guys.
Yep, man's best friend is welcome here on the patio at the 23rd Street Brewery.
That's right, Brian. Come in and have 1 or more of our craft beers, eat, hang out with your pups. And we've got a TV out there, so you and your pups can watch whatever you want on the patio.
The 23rd Street Brewery, in front of Hy-Vee, off of 23rd Street and Castle.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We're back here at Hoglund Ballpark where the Lions lead it 10-1, and we have seen the last of Brooks Jones as Noah Kirk, our senior leader, comes in to close this one out. It could be really a historic win for Lawrence High School.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Matt. They lead 10-1 over Free State, and barring one of the greatest comebacks maybe ever, it looks like Lawrence is going to get a win as Kirk throws a strike on the first pitch. There's a pinch hitter for Free State as well. It's number 6, Jace Grady, a senior. So it feels like maybe Free State waving the white flag here in the bottom of the 7th. Both teams emptying their bench, getting their seniors out there. This is the last regular season game of the year for both these squads before the state postseason begins. So Jace Grady, number 6, is the new hitter for Free State. It's a 1-1 count. Kirk's pitch missed upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 against Grady. This is a righty-righty matchup.
And Noah he's not an imposing figure. He's a short little kid, but man, he packs some power and he can throw the ball in there.
He throws the 2-1 high, 3-1. Yeah, he's definitely not your prototypical pitcher. Of course, nowadays when you think of a pitcher, you think 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", more of a bigger guy, but not all pitchers have to be that size. The 3-1 pitch well high. It's ball 4. Grady draws a leadoff walk for Free State, and the new hitter for Free State is number 16, Buddy Lamb, another pinch hitter hitting from the right side.
And I was not able to get the pitch count on Brooks Jones, but it had to be getting close
Yeah,
everyone in the press box, no one in the press box had it, but everybody was thinking he had to be getting close.
Yeah, he definitely left it all on the field, I think, tonight, to say the least. 10-1, Lawrence leads. Kirk now working out of the stretch with the runner at first base, and he pumps a strike on the first pitch. And I think the best example I could think of from my time broadcasting was KU a couple years ago had a guy by the name of Eli Davis, and he was about 5'10" as a pitcher, but really, really excellent pitcher. And eventually left KU and is now pitching at Oklahoma Wesleyan, where he was the NAIA Pitcher of the Year last year down there. So, but again, just an example of, not every pitcher needs to be an imposing figure to be successful. It's Kirk on the mound. The 0-1 pitch was fouled off by Lamb, and he swings and may have gotten a piece of it, maybe not. Nope, strike 3. Lamb goes down swinging, and there's one out in the bottom of the 7th. Another pinch hitter stepping up for Free State, number 12, Colton Berger. Berger, a star linebacker and tight end for the Free State football team, will step in here for one final at-bat of the regular season against Kirk, the pitcher for Lawrence. One out, one runner on base. Berger, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Righty-righty matchup. 10-1, Free State trails. Now the 0-1 from Kirk to the plate. Strike 2 will hit him with an off speed. It froze.
Right downtown.
Yep, it froze Berger. He had no response for that, and he takes a strike. 0-2 now. Kirk leans out, looks towards first. Now the 0-2 to the plate. Missed upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes against Colton Berger.
But his mannerisms are absolutely like a pitcher. He's got those kind of mannerisms where he's got the swaggering arm. He takes a look at first. His wind-up, everything to me is classic.
The 1-2 pitch, a high fly ball foul off the bat of Berger. The count will stay 1-2.
Noah, my most improved football player on this Lawrence High School football team this year, as he started off the year not even kicking ever as a kicker, and ended up getting a field goal in the game, got most of his extra point attempts towards the end of the year, and not even
Forget about extra points. Berger swings and misses at that pitch for strike 3. And Free State is down to their final out here in the City Showdown against Lawrence High, trailing 10-1 in this final game of the regular season for both these squads. The new hitter is Mason Lester, the leadoff man for Free State. Hitting from the left side against Kirk. Runner goes. First pitch swung on. A 2-hopper towards second. Fielded cleanly. The throw to first is well on time. And Lawrence High wins the 2023 City Showdown on the baseball field here at Hoglund Ballpark. 10-1. Lawrence gets the win. A really dominating performance from Lawrence. They were powered by 3 runs in the 4th inning, or 3 runs in the 3rd inning, and 5 runs in the 4th inning to take a 9-0 lead. Free State got 1 run on the board in the 6th, but 1 more from Lawrence in the 7th, made it 10-1, and that's our final score here in the 2023 edition of the City Showdown on the baseball diamond. A heck of a performance from Lawrence, and they just hit another level that Free State could not find in this game as they both teams shake hands. A big win for Lawrence High, 10-1 in the City Showdown over Free State. 10-1 is the final score. Lawrence gets the win over Free State. They were powered by 6 complete innings from Brooks Jones. He gave up just the 1 run in the 6th. And he gave up only 2 hits, I believe, or only 1 hit officially on the scoreboard for Brooks Jones. He had 7 strikeouts, an excellent performance from him. And offensively, it was really Sammy Stoll, I think, and Tyson Grammer, the 2 stars of the show. Both of those guys scored 3 runs each. Both of them had multiple hits, and really those were the 2 guys hitting from the 3rd and the 4th spots in the order for Lawrence, powering them to the win. But really a complete team win for Lawrence. And for Free State, a game in which they maybe felt like they had a chance to get a win here this evening, but they just couldn't quite match the energy of Lawrence, it felt like, for most of this game. So Free State will have a chance to regather and try to find themselves before they start postseason play. But, Matt, just your final thoughts from this edition of the City Showdown here at Hoglund Ballpark.
Overall, just a great win for Lawrence High. This game, no matter what is said, it's something extra. It means a lot more than any other game. It's Free State it's a big win. Noah Kirk, I guarantee you that kid is so happy. His senior season, his senior year, doesn't play a ton, but here he comes in. He gets the save on an absolutely dominant performance by Brooks Jones. You can't even say it any other way.
Yeah.
He had a couple balls get away from him to hit some batters, but man, other than that, he really threw a whale of a game and threw a lot of pitches. Just a great game. And yeah, you would think that you've got to give the star of the game to Sammy Stahl with the triple and the single, and scored and the walk and
scored 3 runs.
Scored 3 runs.
Yep.
I mean, Sammy really had a great game. Tyson Grimmer, Dom Ostronic was clutch. I mean, really just a great game all around for Lawrence High. Really made just the one error. But other than that, man, they had a really clean game in the field defensively. It really looked like a quality ball game or ball team, and you think that they are really coming on at the right time of the year to end out the season and now go into the playoffs.
Yeah, sometimes maybe necessarily the record doesn't reflect the heart of your team, or if you can get something going at the right time, like you said, heading into the postseason play, maybe that's what Lawrence needed for the big win here tonight against Free State. 10-1 is the final score of this game. 10 runs for Lawrence off of 10 hits. And for Free State, they had just 1 run off of 1 hit, as you said, Matt. A dominant performance by Brooks Jones, the starting pitcher for Lawrence High, going 6 complete innings with 7 strikeouts and looking really sharp over the course of his outing. But a big win for Lawrence, and that about does it for regular season baseball here on KLWN. We wrap it up with the City Showdown here tonight. Lawrence gets the win, 10-1. But that'll do it for our broadcast coverage this evening. Lawrence with the win. We'll be back with postseason play for Lawrence and Lawrence Free State right here on KLWN. Until then, for our broadcast partner, Matt Llewellyn, for our board operator back in the studio, Dalton, for our stream operator, Joe Becker. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast here from Hoglund Ballpark. Lawrence gets the win 10-1. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Wednesday evening. You've been listening to High School Baseball on KLWN.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it. 1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.